Hello again, fans of Armored Troopers VOTOMS. Armored Trooper VOTOMS, ATs. That's what this little box says up here. This tiny, like, 5 font size. It's crazy how small that font is. So, this is called Fatty. It's a weird one. And just I pick it up. I'm trying to get one of each casting from these guys. Sunrise Takara is the brand that made this, I guess. Takara is part of Tomy Tech. And they have a line of products called Actic gear, and these are all 1/48 scale, supposedly. Granted, they're all cartoon based robots. So there's this website I always go to learn about these things. So this is the robot B-ATM-03 Fatty. And I'll just zip through this here. Some specs and stuff. It's around 2 meters high in this cartoon world and weighs around 8 metric tons. And then here's the story behind it, I guess. The Ballarat Union versus the Gilgamesh Federation. So the Gilgamesh used scope dog robots, and this opposing faction uses this fatty thing. I've never seen an episode with these robots, so I just buy these things because they look cool. That's a long introduction. This is number AG-V09 in the series, so there's at least 8 before this. And it seems like it could be new. Just open both sides in case. So, nice little features on the back here, some action shots. Oh yes, I forgot. There's like 4 other tiny little images of other robots in the series. Okay, so some moving parts and stuff. I gotta familiarize myself with this. The eye thing moves, the hatch opens. The hand, I don't know, that's a weird thing. It barely moves. Oh, you can swap out the hands apparently. And then this thing can actually kneel down backwards. I guess sit on his butt, and that's what lets people climb into the cockpit. So that's actually the opposite of what the scope dog does. All right. Okay, nothing else in there, but I got a bunch here. So, I've seen this before. I'm going to clip off these parts later and probably fast forward the video. But in this baggie, we have a nice little, well, just cardboard and all, but it's a name tag, so you know what the robot is. So I think that's a pretty smart idea. If you're going to have a whole collection of robots, it'd be good to know what it is, right? Alright, so this is, and then there's this like stats card, and I think they must have had like a binder of some sort, because this is the same size as the other one I got. Unfortunately, it's all written in Japanese, and I don't read that language. Here's some shots from the cartoons, where they're swarming around and stuff, maybe some features. Just a backing card. Just a little sprue of parts. I guess these become the gun. Yeah. Okay. And then, sorry, there are some instructions here. How to put the stuff together. I will let you pause if that stuff interests you. Yeah, some bigger pictures of the other ones, and nothing on the back. Okay. So then we got the blister. It's not super large, the packaging, so I kind of like that. We got the alternate hands, 2 hands, and a pilot figure. I'm just too lazy to paint these little characters. I could do it, but it would, I don't know, I'm just too lazy. Maybe if I ever make a diorama, I'll paint 1 or 2 figures, so when it's open, there'll be a person inside. Alright, well, so as you see, it is quite small in my hand. You might be curious how small. I kind of am. Maybe it's like 5 inches or something like that. Or let's work in both measurements. This is a almost 90 millimeters, which converts to 3.5 inches. Oh wow, so that's quite small. All right. Now this is all plastic, except for some screws might be present to keep the thing together. And what it essentially looks like is a model kit. They clipped it off the sprues, and then they put it together for you. And then there's some parts painted, which is nice, because painting stuff is a real pain. So I'm all for it. Also, how old is this thing? I think there might be a copyright. I forget. I'll just look at the box. I have a feeling it's from the early 2000s, this line of products. Yeah, I don't see a date on it. No, I found it. On the instructions it says 2006, so it's pretty old. Alright, open the instructions up again, I might need them. Alright, let's look at the reticle thing that the human looks through. So this does slide around, that's about it though. No need for it to rotate. Does a head spin? It does. Okay, that's cool. So that's nice. You could turn the head, but still have the reticle looking at you. Ooh. Neat. It's just painted on, the reticle, that is. Maybe I should use my pointer. This red graphic actually has a molded line around it. Maybe that's what helps them paint it so well. It's really well painted. Unfortunately, most of it, other than that red, is just the raw plastic. You know, it just looks plasticky. Shiny and stuff, even though some parts have grain to it. Still, yeah, a little rough. Okay, the hatch. Alright, so this hatch lifts up in the back and then pops up here. So there's a seat here. It looks like it's a separate piece, but I don't think it moves. So there's a slot in the back of the person here. Also has a tab. He's got like a respirator and goggles. Okay. Pop that guy back in there. Can I get that tab in there? Okay. So, yeah, it's kind of, definitely could use some paint, but not today. Alright, so that's nice that now it kind of looks a little gappy, so just push it down, and it's pretty seamless, you know, it's a really tight fit. That's why I like plastic parts a lot. They just have better tolerances than die cast. You know, look at this panel gap. It's almost non-existent. Okay, so going to the shoulder, you can see a peg with a ball on it. So this whole thing will swing around, and then the slot open here, you can lift it up and stuff. So that's good. The peg, though, I don't think it moves. I think the base of it is just rigid, so don't push it too hard. So now the elbow does spin, and then it actually hinges as well, so that's good. You can get a lot of different angles there. Only bends to 90 though, but it's not a human. It's an armored mech, right? So then, what do we have here? This thing does. Oh yeah, there's like 2 rings here on the wrist, and they do rotate. I think both of them actually do rotate. So then the hand here, it pivots. So there's probably like a ball peg, and this thing is covering it up. But if you can swap with the hand, yep, there we go. So there is a ball peg, and that's the cuff. Let's see how easy it is to put a hand back in. And let's try it without the cuff, just to see what it looks like. It doesn't even look bad without the cuff. So you could probably get more articulation maybe without the cuff. I'm not sure. Let's try. Ooh, yeah, I got a blister there, sorry. I was hacking up a bunch of Hot Wheels axles and tires and stuff, and the pliers just digging into my hand. Okay, well, I don't know if it makes an improvement or not, but it's nice. It hides it. It's a nice little piece to have. Okay, here on the upper thigh we have a some sort of plate here, and yeah, oh, there's actually printing here upside down. Sunrise Takara 2006, made in China, and left side, I guess. Oh, what do you know? That's actually just like a friction fit. So there seems to be tiny little stubs on this plastic, and they go into those hole recesses. You don't. Yeah, I bet if you take this off and on a lot, those stubs will eventually wear out. So you probably don't want to do that so much. Okay. All right. So the upper torso, it does rotate. I'm wondering if it's lower. I don't think that does. Just this one. Yeah. I feel like there's actually a little bit of a lean. I wonder if it pulls out. Oh, well, okay. So we have a peg with a ball on it. But I think maybe this piece inside might spin. I'm not sure. Okay, let's put that back. So, oh, this thing popped out as well. So you can see that slot opening, and it's a ball. So you're going to get pretty far back, of course, and you'll probably get pretty far forward as well. Yep, very good. As far as the knee goes, down there, down there. I wonder if it's a double. No, I guess it's just a single joint, but I think this thing's just going to pull apart for the sit-down mode. Okay, in front of the foot, there's also a little plastic guard there, a little deflector, and then the toe actually moves. I'm seeing here quite a bit, a lot, a massive amount, almost 90. But then the ankle will pivot forward and back, and I think there must be a, well, I don't know, maybe it won't rotate. No, there's a ball. I can see a ball up in there. Maybe you can't see it right there. So, oh, I see. So that thing is on a hinge as well. This curved, it's like a curved peg with the ball on the end. Interesting. Okay. All right, so let's try this sit-down mode here. He basically sits on his butt, right? So I guess that has to come forward. This has to come forward. And the knee probably has to bend. And this thing maybe? You know what? I'm looking at the instructions. It seems like the big piece comes out. Oh, this red piece actually swings out. All right, let's try this then. So I gotta try to push this whole lower leg apart from that knee. Well, that fell off. So the kneecap is just a friction tab. Oh, maybe I have to pull it out this way. Oh, okay. So there's a little locking teeth here. You can't just pull it backwards. You have to pull those teeth up and out before the thing will swing back. Okay, interesting. I guess that's good. So let's try it hopefully with the actual knee. So I gotta pull this. Yep, there we go. Then let's see if this just pops back out easily. I gotta go this way. He looks like he's like break dancing right now. Okay, so that's pretty close to the instructions. You could fidget with it some more. And then, yeah, so the guy would basically, probably climb up here and get into the cockpit there. So it's nice. All right, let's see if we can put those back nicely. So we line it up, then we push it down, grab those tabs. Okay, so very nice. A lot of mechanisms going on this little dude. That's really it though for the actual main thing. And this is a little bit disconcerting how loose this leg thing is. Better just to post the leg first and then pop it on. Okay, now let's see what's going on here. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. These, are they side thrusters or something? Or is this like an engine backpack or something? Little bumps there, a little hinge indication, and then not too much detail on the bottom either. And there's no screws on this guy. The scope dogs have screws. So yeah, it's an interesting robot. It just, for some reason, kind of pales in comparison to the Scope Dog and its technical prowess, if you will. It is time for me to put this gun together, so I'll probably fast forward the video here. Alright, so, but before I do that, you can put a regular trigger in and just like have it laying down on the ground, or this is a trigger guard hand thing with the robotics hand, I guess. The robot hand is already attached, and that must be the back of it right there that goes on that. Alright, so let's just clip all this off. Alright, I accidentally clipped off the buttstock off that thing. I thought it was part of, this was part of the sprue. Anyways, a little crazy glue. Clean that up. So, yeah, I now notice there's a nice shield here on this side. And again, this time the graphic is recessed, so it seems like it's easier to paint for Takara. But it's really well defined. I really like it. Unfortunately, the rest of the thing just really plain looking, you know, all the same color. You know, the gun's even the same color, right? So, not much effort on this particular one. Okay. I'm just reading that website. So it turns out this thing is called a mass production mid-class armored trooper. So it's just like the Sherman tank of this cartoon world, VOTOMS. So here's a Scope Dog unit here, and this is just, it's a class above. Look, you know, look at the colors. First of all, you have painted on accents here in the torso. You got this little grab bar. you know, the little antennae, the gun is multiple colors, pieces. There's just a lot more pieces on this scope dog here. This one is called a marshy dog because it goes through marshes, I guess. So scope dog is a lot cooler, but this is an interesting design. I also now notice the knees are different. This, for some reason, just has a big opening in this knee, but not this one. So it's definitely an asymmetric design. Just kind of boring. Okay, well, that's a size comparison. Let's get this guy spinning, I guess. And a little name tag thing here. Well, I think if you're new to collecting VOTOMS, which I pretty much am, I would buy a scope dog before this guy. But as I said, I'm going to try to get one of each casting, so even though this is kind of lame, it's different, so I'm cool with it. So, thanks for watching, guys, today, and I guess I'll see you the next time I get another one of these VOTOMS. Bye now.